Hi everyone. Sorry I'm late. Ended up having to download an entirely different browser because apparently I couldn't go live. So anyhow, we're here for podFlow1 today. What you'll need is your mat. You can use a block or a box or a book. You can also use a strap if you have one, or a belt as well for props. I don't have any today, but those are the things that I would encourage you to use if you need just a little bit more length or a little bit more depth. Props or tools. So we change our flows seasonally. Right now we're in the spring flow. So we're really rooting into the earth and beginning to plant those seeds for the summer to come. So thank you for joining me here today. I linked my Spotify playlist if you would like to use that and have a little music while you're flowing. I find that if you play it on your phone without a speaker, usually you can still hear the teacher on the screen. So we're actually going to start on our backs in Supta Baddha Konasana. So that means soles of the feet together, knees wide, back melting into the floor. We'll start doing Parivriti, equal part breath. So one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach, and I'll be counting for you. So let's all do it together. Breathing in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding at the top of your exhale or inhale, and then exhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Do a couple more rounds on your own. Last round. And as you slowly exhale out all of the air, place your hands on the outside of your knees to help your knees come into constructive rest. So bringing your knees to center and your feet width of the mat. Left hand still over your heart, right hand over stomach. And begin finding your Ujjayi breath, your constricted breath. It should sound similar to the ocean. Breathing in and out through the nose. Lips gently closed. And think of your intention. Why did you come to your mat on this Saturday afternoon? Pushing out all other thoughts of what you have to do after this, what was going on before this. This is typically where our monkey mind likes to remind us of the to-do list that we've forgotten. Just push it out and breathe. On your next exhale, squeeze your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug, roll into a tight ball. Begin to rock and roll, massaging out the spine, massaging the upper and lower back. Crossing the legs and coming into tabletop. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, alignment through the spine. Find a neutral spine as you melt into this posture. On an inhale, drop your belly, raise the crown of the head. Exhale, come into cat. Raising the spine, dropping the head. Inhaling. Inhaling into cow. Dropping the belly button, raising the crown of the head, finding length in the throat. Exhaling, really curving, bringing your chin to your chest as if there's a string pulling your spine towards the ceiling. And do a few more at your own pace, matching breath to movement. Maybe finding some organic movement. Barrel rolls. And when you're ready, come to a neutral spine. Place your hands about another hand length distance in front of you. Curl the toes and pop your hips up into downward facing dog. First one of class. So pedal it out, lengthening your quads, or your hamstrings, I mean, your calves. Finding length in the spine, even if that means a deep bend in the knees. Breathing. And keeping your hands on the mat, use your core strength to slowly walk your feet towards your hands, coming into a forward fold. We'll work through a few sun A salutations. But first, hang here for a minute. Find depth. With every inhale, preparing, and every exhale, deepening the stretch. My hamstrings are super tight today, so I'm moving them side to side. Whatever feels good in your body, this should feel delicious. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthening the spine, keeping the tips of the fingers on the ground. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands overhead. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, reverse swan dive. Down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Hands overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Remember your intention. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Forward fold. Exhaling deeply into the stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands overhead. Exhale as you bring your thumbs to heart center. Inhale, arms out wide. Swan dive down. Exhaling deeply into the stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Do one more round on your own. Linking breath to movement. forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat, come back into plank. This will be our first chaturanga of class. So from your knees, from plank, or skipping it all together, all three are options. Go at your own pace, there's lots of them throughout class. So if you find that you're starting to wane, it's much better to be strong in your chaturanga than to collapse in it. So starting in plank, take an inhale, pitch forward, exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take an inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, right foot, right thumb. Take an inhale and an exhale to settle into the pose. Planting your hands into the mat, finding strength, a 90-degree angle in your front knee, knee over ankle, not over toes. And on your next inhale, come back into modified pyramid. So really finding length in that front thigh. Exhaling back into lunge. Again, taking another inhale and exhale. Inhale, modified pyramid. Exhale, coming back forward. Take an inhale, exhale, and inhale back into modified pyramid for another round of breath. Exhale, come back into lunge. Plant your hands on the mat. Bring right foot back to meet left and flow through your chaturanga. I'll do it for my knees this time. Inhale, exhale. All the way to the mat. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Inhale, downward facing dog. Left hand side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, sweep it through. Left foot, left thumb. Take a minute to ground yourself into the pose. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Knee over ankle, not forward. 90-degree angle, strength throughout my back right leg. Really pushing that heel into the back of the room, not leaning into one leg or the other too much. Take an inhale, modified pyramid. Take a few breaths here. Exhale, lunge. Again, take a few breaths here. Inhale, modified pyramid. A few rounds of breath. On your next exhale, low lunge. On your next inhale, modified pyramid. Exhale, low lunge. This time planting your hands. Bring your left foot back to meet your right. Taking a nice deep inhale and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And take a few breaths here. We'll take a deep, deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Deep inhale. And open mouth, exhale. We're going to start moving into our flow now. So inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Take a minute to find your footing here. We're working towards warrior two, so pivoting the left heel down, inhaling, up into warrior two. This is a strong pose, pinning the shoulder blades back, T with your arms. Flip your right palm over and exhale, reverse warrior. Take 2 breaths here. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, reach, reach, reach before tick-tocking your arms into extended side angle. Your right arm should be pressing into your right thigh, just like your right thigh should be pressing into your arm. Balanced weight between my left foot and my right foot, planting roots with both my feet, reaching my left hand towards the sky. Inhale, reverse triangle. Straighten that front leg, reaching your right arm back with little to no weight in the left hand. Taking a few breaths here. And then exhaling into warrior two. Checking that heel to arch alignment before cartwheeling the hands down into plank, flowing through your chaturanga. Left side. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Again, placing the foot between the hands this time, not to your thumbs. Preparing for warrior two, cartwheeling your right foot back down. Not letting the knee collapse in. Keeping it to the side. Finding a strength in your warrior two. Flip your left palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Take a few breaths here. One more inhale. And exhale, reach, reach, reach. Preparing for extended side angle. This time pressing my left arm into my left thigh. Reaching my right arm towards the sky, pinching my shoulder blades together, taking a few breaths here. On your next inhale, rise into warrior two. Reverse triangle, straightening that front left leg, reaching your left arm by your left ear, little to no weight in the right hand. Really extending your side body. One more inhale and exhale, warrior two. Cartwheeling the arms down, coming into a low lunge, left foot back to meet right, flowing through your chaturanga. Breathe. Take 2 inhales and open mouth exhales here. We're going to do that same series, this time 1 breath to 1 movement and a few extras. So listen carefully. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Really tuck it up in there. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, sweep through into a low lunge, preparing for warrior two. Pivot your left foot down, heel to arch alignment, and climb up into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, T your arms, parallel your feet. Take a nice deep inhale through the chest. Wide leg forward fold, Prasarita Dandasana. Take 3 breaths here. On your next inhale, crawl your hands to the front of the mat, low lunge, bring your right foot back to meet your left. Take an inhale and exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left side, inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Really tuck it high up on your arm. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through low lunge between your hands this time. Pivoting your right foot down and cartwheeling up into warrior 2. Take an inhale. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, extended side angle. Breathing. Inhale, reverse triangle, straightening that front left leg. Exhaling, paralleling feet and the arms. Inhaling, filling up the lungs. Exhale, forward fold, flat back. Slow. Again, taking 3 breaths here on this side. Legs should be engaged. Weight should be evenly distributed through the 4 corners of your feet. Kneecaps raised. And on your next inhale, crawl your hands back to the front of the mat. Bring your left foot back to meet your right and flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Knees from plank or skipping it. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take 3 inhales and open mouth exhales here. Now slowly, using your core strength again, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Forward fold. Inhale, rise up. This is our first balancing posture of class. So it's tree pose. And there's 3 different levels of tree pose. Level 1 is from the ankle. Level 2 is from the calf. And level 3 is from all the way up in the thigh, just never on your knee. So starting with your left foot rooting into the ground. So lift all of your toes and really root the ball and heel of your feet into the earth, spreading those roots down. Then one by one, put your toes back on the ground. Really feel strength in that left leg. Inhaling, bringing your leg to whatever level is comfortable to you. Finding your drishti, your point of focus. Begin to balance. You can grow your branches. Put your hands at heart center. Focusing on keeping this right knee turned out. My hips level. Breathe. Take one more inhale and exhale, release your right leg. Shake it out. Inhaling, placing your right foot on the ground now. Again, lifting all 5 toes, or 4 or 3, depending on how many you have. And then slowly putting them down on the ground after you've really rooted in your right leg. And inhaling, pulling your leg to the level that feels best for your body today. and breathing. It's been so windy lately that we thrive on rooting ourselves in during that. So think of yourself as a tree with really strong roots. Your branches may move, but your core is strong. Take one more inhale and exhale, dropping your left leg down on the ground, pedaling it out. Meeting in child's pose. So coming back to the earth. Coming into tabletop and then plank. Time has already started. Puff up the shoulders. Puff up the arms. Strong through the core, energy flowing back through the heels, legs are engaged, entire body is engaged. We're over halfway through. Breathe. If you'd like a challenge, drop to your forearms. Triangle would be the next level. Putting them in an 11 shape is even harder. Take 3 more deep breaths. Inhale and exhale, drop all the way down to the mat. Take a minute here to place your hands on the floor, place your head on your hands like a little pillow. Take a few resting breaths. On your next inhale, bring your hands underneath your shoulders, curl the toes. Exhale all your air, and inhale, press up into plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a minute to find stillness here. Inhale, lift your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, really curl. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Find strength here. Scissor in the legs, preparing for crescent. Inhale, rise up with control. Breathing here in crescent. With each inhale, lengthening through the crown of the head. With each exhale, finding strength. Take one more inhale and exhale, revolved crescent. So to your right, twisting mainly through the mid to upper spine. Breathing. Inhale, back to center crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, flying crescent. Squeezing those triceps together. Squeezing your forearms as close as they can get. Your pinkies are reaching for each other. Inhale, back to crescent. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot meets left. And flow through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing dog. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, left knee, left tricep. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge, preparing for crescent. Your feet are on railroad tracks. Your back heel is lifted. Inhaling, rising up for crescent. Lengthening through the spine and the crown of the head. Fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. Breathe. Take one more inhale. And exhale, revolved crescent. Revolved crescent, yes. Breathing in this posture. Finding strength in the back leg. Have a tendency to do this, want to do this. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, flying crescent. Squeezing the triceps and the pinkies towards each other. Inhale, back to center. Last time, exhale, flying crescent. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Bring your left foot back to meet your right. And flow through your Chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Back in downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale and an open mouth exhale. Slowly walking your feet to the middle of the mat and your hands to meet them. Remaining in forward fold, swaying from side to side, then rooting your feet into the ground and rising up. For our second balancing posture of class, we'll be doing, let's see, how do we say that? Uddita Asta Pada Pustasana, which is big toe pose. So there's, again, different levels to do this. We'll focus on the left leg first, lifting the toes, rooting your entire foot into the ground, and slowly placing the toes down so you have a strong foundation. The first level is just to grab your toes. Second level is to bring it out, and third level is to bring it to the side. This is where a block or a belt or a rope or a bath towel belt works really well. So you can place it around the sole of your foot and then bring your foot out with that so that you can keep the length in your spine and your core. So coming to whatever level feels good for you, take 3 solid breaths here. And slowly coming out the way you came in. Shaking it out. Moving into the right hand side. So rooting that right leg into the ground. Placing all the toes thereafter. Taking a nice inhale. And going to whatever level feels comfortable for you for 3 breaths. And your third exhale, coming out the way that you came. Breathe. We'll meet in child's pose. Taking a reprieve from the balancing. Take 3 steady breaths here. And then coming into seated, now's a good time to take a sip of water. I'm going to show you what our posture is. This is the time we're having a prop, like, let's see, dog treats even works. We'll do a flow to get into our posture, but the pose right before the peak posture is extended side angle. So from extended side angle, you'll bring your back leg, in this case my right back leg, in a few steps. The goal is to have complete balance on your left leg so you can pop your right leg off of the ground, slowly rotating your ribs out towards the front of your mat, reaching your right leg as high and as parallel as you can get it, and your right hand towards the sky, balancing. And then slowly coming out of it into warrior two. All right, so we'll start in downward facing dog. So take 2 cleansing breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale your right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale and high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge. Between your hands, rotating up for warrior two. Ooh. Careful to find that heel to arch alignment. Bring arms to a T. Inhaling, reverse your warrior. Exhaling, straightening that front leg and paralleling the feet. Coming into horse pose. So really splaying the knees out to the side. I have super tight hips, so doing some dips with your shoulders. Sinking, then finding your hands at heart center. We'll do 10 pumps here. So inhale, rise, exhale, sink a little bit deeper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Take a deep inhale and exhale, extended side angle. Preparing for our peak posture, bringing my left foot in until I feel I can balance. Squeezing my shoulder blades together, bring my left leg parallel with the mat, balancing with my right leg. One more inhale. And exhale, dropping your left leg back softly, coming back into warrior two. Reverse your warrior. And exhale, cartwheel down, chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Other side, lifting your left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale it high. Exhale, sweep through, low lunge between the hands, cartwheeling up into warrior two. Inhaling, reversing your warrior. Exhaling, coming into triangle, then paralleling the feet, coming into horse. Actually, that's your feet are a little bit splayed outwards. Finding some movement here. Second side, so stretching at the hips. And then 10 pumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Exhale, warrior two. Take an inhale here. And exhale, extended side angle. Preparing for our peak pose. Coming in to warrior three. Half moon. Half moon. Raising your right leg as high as you can get it. Your right arm is strong, your left leg is strong. And slowly coming back into warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale, hands to the mat. Bring your left leg back to meet your right for your final chaturanga of class. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here and drop to your knees into child's pose. Thanking your body for the work that it just did. Inhaling, coming into seated, reaching your feet around in front of you. We're going to do a few leg and hip stretches just to work out all the strength that we just built in. So putting your left leg out to the side, tucking your right leg into your inner left thigh. Take an inhale and really elongate the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Reaching for those toes or your calf, or even if this is as far as you can get, all are valid. That's why we call this a practice. Really stretching out the hamstring. Feeling the opening in the right and left side body. Inhaling back up to center. Switching out the legs. And the same thing, moving any fat from underneath our bums, getting settled into the earth. Inhale your arms high, elongate the spine, and exhale, folding into that right leg. Being careful not to push yourself too far. It's a stretch, it's not meant to be painful. If you feel any tension in your knees, back out, you've gone too far. Inhale your arms high. Exhale, now bringing both feet in front of you. We'll do both. Inhaling up. Exhaling, forward fold, both legs. Keep folding over your thighs, not crunching the spine. Inhaling back to center. And then slowly working your way onto your back, preparing for bridge pose. So bringing your heels just out of reach of your arms. Taking one breath here. It's a supported bridge. So taking an inhale and thrusting your hips towards the sky, rolling your shoulder blades underneath your shoulders and chest, maybe clasping your hands underneath your spine if that's available to you. And breathing so deeply that you can see your belly moving up and down. Taking one more inhale. And exhaling, dropping back to the mat. We're going to take a few gentle twists. So just dropping your knees to your right hand side and moving your head towards your left hand side. If you want, you can place your foot on top of your right thigh to give a little bit more, or on top of your left thigh, your right foot on your left thigh to give your left thigh a little bit more stretch. And inhaling, coming back to center, and exhaling, falling to the other side. This time knees to the left, head to the right. Breathing here. Gently bringing your knees back up to towards the ceiling, and bringing your feet mat width distance apart and letting your knees fall inwards into constructive rest. So placing one hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. Beginning to find that 4-part breath from the beginning of class, or Samavriti, equal part breath. Counting to yourself, holding at the top of every inhale and the bottom of every exhale. Go through 5 rounds of breath. And your last exhale, bring your feet up into happy baby pose. Bring your hands to the soles of your feet. Maybe rocking side to side. Breathing, massaging the spine. Find that deep stretch in the hips where we keep all of our emotion. Especially right now, we're emotionally charged, so our hips are tight. Maybe straightening one leg, then the other. And then releasing the feet. Finding any last postures that feel good for you. And then eventually rolling into Shavasana. So laying your entire body down, maybe taking one last full body stretch. Having your hands upward for receiving energy, your hands downward for grounding. Come back to that intention that you set at the beginning of class. I'll keep you timed, so just breathe. I'll call you when it's time to come out. Beginning to bring movement back into your fingers and toes. Finding your breath again. Coming back to your physical body. Maybe rolling onto one side into a fetus position. Placing your hand on your forearm like a pillow. And then meeting me in seated. Hands to heart center. Take an inhale and exhale. The light and love in me honors and sees the light and love in you. Namaste. Thanks for watching and joining us. We're posting 3 times a day, so if you need to get your yoga in, there's plenty of choices, and you can always look back at past classes. I hope you have a great Saturday.